that coming up right behind it, most probably, will be an application by Cleanaway, a company you may or may not have seen this week on the Fairfax newspapers live stream. So we're going to play you a video of Cleanaway.
This particular video will demonstrate what's been happening with the interstate trade and how that waste is coming from New South Wales across the border as recycling materials, and how it's being dumped at Cleanaway's Willawong Centre, and then it's going to other trucks which have Queensland registration numbers on them, and then it's being transported from Willawong to the landfill to Cleanaway's dump in New Chum. So this, folks, is one of the reasons why Cleanaway is wanting to expand its dump, because it has filled it up very quickly, much more quickly than anticipated. And there's only two ways that dump can expand because of its geographic location. One is up and the other one is east. If they come east, they will come closer to both Riverview and Collingwood Park. And so that's one of the reasons why we wanted to deal partially with the Cleanaway dump.
Okay, folks, we're here at St Luke's Church today. Irate members have actually put together some money to provide a donation to St Luke's for letting us use this facility, and we'd just like you to respect that facility while you're here. Just a show of hands, who's from Collingwood Park? All right. Redbank Plains? Redbank? Riverview? Yeah. Any other suburbs of Ipswich? Graceview, Ripley, Silkstar, Heavyvale, Silkstar, Leichhardt, Springfield Lakes, Bluebell. Okay. So we have quite a large showing from all around Ipswich here today. We also have here today the Mayor of, Member for Bundamba, Joanne Miller, who will be speaking shortly. We also have the Mayor of Ipswich, Andrew Antonelli. Andrew. We also have Chair of Planning, David Morrison, and Councillor Kerry Silver for Division 3 is also here. We have apologies from Cheryl Bromwich, Kylie Stoneman, David Palkey, and the Minister for Environment, Leon Enoch, who we also invited to this meeting. Oh yes, I'd just like, is any council staff here today? Could they just identify themselves, please? One. Are there any consultants working for the council here today? Like to identify themselves? Are there any consultants for other companies, waste companies, etc. here today? Would they like to identify themselves? Okay, thank you. Yep.
Okay, so now we're going to show you a PowerPoint presentation which basically summarises why we really don't want another great big dump west of Collingwood Park. It's not just going to affect Collingwood Park, of course, because the breeze predominates from the southeast and sometimes the east, and so people on the other side of the Cunningham Highway are also subject to dust, smoke and that sort of thing that's coming from that area. So it really affects everybody. So what we've got here in New Chum, as they have down in Swampbank, is a dump sandwich. So you've got residential areas east and west, and in between you've got dumps. And Irate is against dumps. We want to stop dumps. We want the dumps to finish their business, and we don't want any new dumps to start. A few years ago, we were told by council that we can't oppose dumps that are already approved, and they must continue their business. I'll get this right in a minute, just bear with me. They must continue their business, that's fine. The BMI dump has not started, but we use the Cleanaway dump as an example of what can happen to us because we're already living with it. So that's why we do show you pictures of what has happened on the Cleanaway dump so that you can get an idea of what might come with BMI. Okay, so these are the application. This is the application CA 1149 2018. This is what has been applied for. Waste recycling, reprocessing and disposal greater than 200,000 tonnes of waste acceptance per year, which is an infinite amount. You know, I said this worked all the time, isn't it? A waste transfer station and crushing, grinding and milling operations. That's for any recyclables like concrete and such that comes through the facility. Okay, the first argument and the obvious argument is where it is. So as you can see, this is the existing Cleanaway dump, and you can see the size of that. Cleanaway owns this area as well, which they use for stormwater management and also as a green buffer. That's what I was referring to before about a possible way that they can expand their footprint. This is the size of the area owned by the proposed BMI super dump. It contains, I think, 7 lots from memory on which mining leases currently exist. So we have residents very close over here and over here, and we have 6 Mile Creek Estate over here, this one down here, Collingwood Park here, and the creek line generally follows in this direction here and joins up with this void here, this hole or lake. Now, so it's very close. So we've got Bundamba Racecourse over here, we've got Bundamba Secondary College in this area here, Blackstone. This is Collingwood Park. It's just over a kilometre from some streets in Collingwood Park. It's about 2 kilometres from Woodling State School, and of course it's about 1.5 kilometres from 6 Mile Creek, 6 Mile Estate. So this means trucks. Now, an representative of BMI was on 612 ABC radio recently saying that there would be no more trucks, net zero increase in truck traffic. His argument was that the trucks would not be going somewhere else, they would be coming to his facility instead. That is not true. As we know in life, if you create a vacuum, something will rush in to fill it up. And that's what they're doing. By draining the lake, this hole here, more waste, which is a very lucrative industry at the moment, will rush in to fill up that hole. and that's the problem. So we'll end up with more trucks. Now, he also said he didn't know how many trucks were going to come per week when he was asked by Steve Austin. Well, that's the amount there. Based on their own documentation, there will be about 100 trucks a day in year 1, and that will increase to 180 per day in year 18. And of course, that equates to 600 per week, rising to 1,080 trucks per week towards the end of the life of this facility. Okay, so those trucks will go around, go around New Hill Drive, and so you can imagine that roundabout at New Hill Drive, where if you're going up and down towards Ipswich, using that road that connects, using Redbank Plains Road, which connects with Collingwood Drive, there's a lot of traffic on that road. It's only going to increase with more development. You can imagine the disruption to traffic flows that that's going to cause. Okay, so as you know, we already have a dump. One's enough, thanks, to be dealing with. This one is already being proven to be a bit of a nuisance to the local community. We've had 4 fires, major fires, in 5 years. This is one of them. I took this photograph. If we have another dump next door, that's only going to increase and extend impacts. So as Jeff said, we were looking forward to the Cleanaway New Chum dump being finished and closing. We don't want another one starting up as that's happened. Now, that's the other thing about this. The fact is, C&I waste contains a lot of different products of commercial and industrial activity. And some of those products are flammable. Recycling flock is an example. That comes from car body and white good recycling, and what you're left with after they've taken the metals out is foam, rubber, vinyls, plastics. If you burn that, it's toxic. Thanks, Jen. Okay, dust has been another issue out there, and we have a dedicated team of people who go and observe from public roads what's happening. And there is raised dust there. They can't effectively control it. They've basically said to us that